Namaste. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome to my Advent calendar. This is day 20. All right, so today is going to be inspired as well by one of my favorite things. And yesterday I alluded to the fact how moved, amazed, how important the elements are to me, and how intuitive it is, this connection and weaving of elemental correspondences. One of my basic spreads that I really need to get back to doing is one where you separate the tarot deck and you draw a card from each of the suits, which it gives you an opportunity to reflect on each of the elements. It is, I want to say, very much part of lifestyle, even more so than tarot, and of course very much a part of my choices as a yogi as well too. So today I'm going to be featuring the work of Emily Carding in the form of the transparent decks. Excuse me. And starting with the oracle, I have met Emily on Zoom a couple of times, and they are really a brilliant being. And I have another book that was written a couple of years ago I eventually want to get to, called So Potent, which is about the theater, another part of their life. And this deck, the oracle, is so much fun. And so what I do with this deck is always make sure there is at least 2 layers in a reading. And the effects of these infinite number of combinations is really something. And there is a depth of perspective and just so many layers that really gives you an opportunity to consider how plants, animals, elementals are all connected. Good morning to all of you. Hello, Amelia. Welcome to G and Saskia. And so as we layer animals in the 3rd dimension and elemental beings in the 4th or 5th dimension, we create these beautiful pictures and opportunities to reflect on the intersection of this web. And you can see that there are planetary symbols as well. And yeah, I don't know, this oracle is just so beautiful and so layered. There are so many cards in this deck. So an infinite number of messages can come through. The tarot is equally profound. And one of the beauties of the tarot is that it is, if you read Rider-Waite-Smith, it is familiar, and the symbols will, it takes the essence of each of the cards and pares it down once again to something really quite profound. And here we have the Two of Pentacles atop, is it the Lover's card? Should be the Lover's card. It's usually quite apparent what the cards are. Hello, Sarah. Just leaving work, having broken up for the holidays. Well, that must be a sigh of relief. And I will have that experience in about 10 hours. And then the whole image is struck by lightning. And the Tower asks us to rethink about what we stand upon. A really simple version of the Six of Swords. Let me zoom in so you can see this next group a little bit closer up, and then we'll do a reading. Really interesting perspective with the figure in the boat, as opposed to the court card in the foreground. Their backs to one another, going in opposite directions. And so they're very well, maybe, right? You could speak to aspects of yourself that question the direction you are taking. And when I put these two cards together and I think of the Queen of Swords and Libra and Venus in Libra, and I think of the Six of Swords and the swords representing the element of air and the heart space, and the six being the heart space, there's something really kind of gut-wrenching here. And then we get an Eight of Cups. So imagine the Eight of Cups atop the Six of Swords, really pointing to where it is you want to go. So yeah. So shall we do a reading for this morning with these two, with a combination of these two decks? And I should have both the guidebooks handy just in case. Just in case. All right. Makes me really happy to have these decks out. I don't have them out near often enough, and they are really brilliant. They really are. All right. So, in honor of layers, and you choose a word that feels important to you. Layers, intersections, weavings, tapestries of your life in this moment. Let's invite a really good look at how the layers appear. So what layer is on the bottom, and then what layer is on the surface, because that can really tell us something. And here we are at this 20th day of December 2024, closing out Sagittarius and moving towards solstice. And sometimes I think about that 10 of Wands. You know, it's not an easy card, that final decan of Sagittarius, and sometimes we need deeper understanding of the intensity of that. And if you read the court cards and the decans, as I do with their Golden Dawn associations, the Queen of Pentacles has already stepped in here. And so there is a sense of order and control. And sometimes I find that she can be, or they can be, Queen of Pentacles can be kind of impatient with this particular decan. And I want to say that most emphatically, they want to see this through, and they want to see this energy looked after. So we'll see if some of that comes through or not. All right, so let's all embrace a openness to reflecting on these layers as they present themselves today at this time of transition. And let this message inspire and support what each and every one of you are working through at this time. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. All right, let us shuffle. And just so you can see, you can shuffle this deck like you would a regular deck. It's a little awkward, but it's doable. All right, cutting the oracle. And I'm going to build a layer of oracle cards first. 3 layers of oracle cards. So we start with an acknowledgement of change, which really fits in beautifully with where we are right now. So underlying this reading is the pull of the tides, that energy of flow and natural, moving with natural cycles. And then apparently we have an eclipse. This is the energy of, this is the card of the sun. And the sun atop the moon. Yes, this can be ecliptic energy, but it is also the central pillar of the tree of life. It is also the path of temperance, which is Sagittarius. And I think this is really profound that these two planets are showing up here. And at the time of solstice, this is also a message of acknowledgement of the dark and the light, the black and the white, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and how the presence of both is always so important as we move through every single day to check in with these two luminaries and see how they are feeling. It's interesting that the moon supports here. The moon is in a supporting position. The moon is holding space for our sun to shine. I'm going to refer to the Oracle deck. This is the 73rd card. Lots of cards in this deck. This is a she card or an archetype card. And this is the archetype of the lover. And what you're looking at is 3 pairs of hands and 3 heads. Wow. So that's really something. We have a sun and a moon and the archetype of the lover. The lover may be seen in such mythological figures as Lancelot and Guinevere, Aphrodite and Hathor, and in pop culture characters such as Wesley in The Princess Bride, Romeo and Juliet. Yes, Shakespeare is old but is still pop culture, and Arwen in The Lord of the Rings. The lover archetype is led by the heart rather than the head, and that heart is open to all the wonder and beauty of the world, not just the object of their affection. Indeed, the lover need not be defined by those whom their love is directed toward, but rather their immense capacity for love and intense emotion in all forms. They are a loyal friend, a thoughtful co-worker, and of course, a passionate partner. Their openness gives them a childlike and playful quality, but they will not shy away from giving their all and fulfilling responsibilities in a relationship. Their romantic nature can sometimes seem intense to others, and their tendency to place those they love on a pedestal is born from a genuine ability to see the best in others. These qualities, these characteristics may be forefront in your mind in a dynamic relationship that is wanting attention, wanting time. And with the sun and the moon underneath, the harmony within this relationship is really important. All right, let's add some tarot layers to this. And the tarot deck just shuffles beautifully. Hello, Magdalena. Okay. It's really interesting that this card was featured in the open segment when I was just talking about this deck, and that it comes forward again. And I find there's something very powerfully independent here. And pick your most relevant keyword from the Suit of Swords. That truth that may take you in your own direction. That truth that helps you to stand as an individual within relationship. Right? We have the Six of Swords atop the lover archetype, atop the sun, atop the moon. And despite this importance of connection in relationship, your individuality, your heart, let's not get lost in the it's not about compromise. It's about letting these intersections of layers, letting them help you to shine in your strongest way. And if your light is in your independence and in your freedom, know that the power of this relationship is there in support of you and making you stronger. You are stronger for that relationship. On the left is the Three of Pentacles, and on the right is the Two of Wands. That boat sails etherically. The boat, it sails in the mind, it sails super consciously towards relationship. Silver Spiral Tarot, good morning to you. And I don't remember your name, but I'm sure I have it in my handy little sheet. So welcome to you. And I'll look it up as soon as I can. That boat, this idea of standing strong in your individuality within a relationship, sails towards the Two of Wands, the Two of Fire. It's Catherine. It's Catherine. Yay. And Casey is here. Welcome. So there's something that I would say dynamically charges you in this relationship. That the fire this relationship gives feels really important to your growth. And it's almost as if you have stepped into this boat to observe the dynamic energy of this relationship. There's something also kind of bittersweet in the Three of Pentacles. That figure is looking at one pentacle like it is a mirror and has two pentacles behind. So there's something that has supported you. And, there's I see that Two of Pentacles in the back body as like part of the backbone. It's strong and it's who you are. It's your experience. It's your journey in this world. And yet there's something individual that you are looking at. You've picked up one opportunity. You've picked up one pentacle. And you're having a good look at it and stepping apart from everything. And I think there's something about the picture on the left that really supports this yearning to do it differently. Okay. I'm going to build at least one more layer on top of each of the tarot cards, left and right. And again, I'm going to go left and right. Okay. The card that went over top, the mountain with the bright sun, is the Hermit. And the Five of Wands went atop the Two of Wands. So, yeah, we are in reflection of the challenges, the fire, the questioning perhaps. And I'm thinking because this Six of Swords sails up here, this questioning mind, this search for peace of mind, this search for peace of heart. Swords, element of air, number six, peace, beauty, harmony. And you're sailing towards that. You're wanting to move towards, and yet this boat floats above and wants to observe the dynamics, the conflicts, the energy, the sparks of creativity that have fueled this relationship. I mean, remember the central part of this is a layer of sun and moon and lover, and you wanting to assert, to move, to find peace of mind, and yet there's something really valuable about this. What is behind you is it behind you, or is your back turned to it? I think it's behind you. This period of being alone, this period of and I'm hesitating to say what I'm about to say, but we all go through periods of self-reflection and inner reflection, periods where being alone is the best medicine. And I feel that with this combination of cards behind, that now is not the time for being alone. That deep period of reflection is behind you. I don't feel like you've turned your back on it. And so it informs you. Remember what you learned there. And that perhaps has given you the strength to know who you are. And I'm thinking about a situation at work where you You no longer feel like you have to be quiet about your experience. Imagine a situation where maybe you have more knowledge or more experience than your superior at work, and you find a way in your experience to speak to it, and not in a way of disrespect or wanting to take someone's job, but just you own you own who you are, and you find peace in your wisdom, and it's like you don't have to hide all of your accomplishments. Now, why do you face all of this fire? There was a two. So there's a dynamic in relationship, and that really speaks to the whole relationship. And then there's more fire built on top of that, more confrontation. So you're focused on this. There's an intrigue. There's an intrigue with the dynamics, the power plays among people in your life. And you're wanting to observe it from above so that you can see it better. It's like you don't want to get involved in it. You want to just understand it. And it's funny, if this was a career reading, I can see you working as a counselor, as maybe shifting gears and moving towards some sort of like a mentor position, a counselor position, a therapist position, where you help others to step back and to observe life and find ways to know peace. I'm really intrigued with the way that you are learning to see the big picture and finding strength in your individuality within relationship. There's a new aspect. There's a new sense of self-confidence here. There's really powerful energy behind you. Remember that you don't need to fix anything. Do you remember I was talking about how we're at the end of Sagittarius season and that 10 of Wands energy, and there's always this question of, do I see this through, or do I let this go? The Queen of Pentacles has stepped in here. And I think the most important thing here is that you observe and you take notes and you notice how all of that dynamic, challenging, confronting energy affects you. You don't need to engage. You simply observe and you learn from that observation. So let us all know that we can be strong and unique and individual within the beauty and the completeness of relationship. We all can be better observers, and we all can embrace and pat ourselves on the back for the years, the experience that informs who we are. It's not something that we need to let go of. It's part of our complexity and part of our many, many, many layers. Who you were in this aspect of your life made you who you are today. And I can feel a little sort of like a smile in my jaw. This is new, this observing and not engaging. And it's going to feel really good. And help to bring you peace. Yeah. All right, so in listening to this reading and observing, I'm listening to your comments and some of the things that you have been writing down from day to day, and people ask, well, how do you read like you read? Well, it's years of experience, but it's okay. So my tarot tip for today is to really listen. Listen to the cards. Have a really good look at what is important in the cards. And part of this advice is putting the little white books away, putting the guidebooks away. And yes, I picked it up because I wasn't familiar with the archetype of the 73rd card. I wanted to speak to the right card. But the tarot is, I know the tarot, and the Three of Pentacles in this card looks, let's use this one as an example, looks very different from something you might see in a Waite-Smith inspired deck. But there's something really strong and powerful here that can help you to build a new relationship with the tarot. Listen to what the card is saying to you. And if I think about that Three of Pentacles, let me just get a Waite-Smith card. And the artist or the mason who stands on the bench on the left side of the card, looking back toward the other two, right? This card. There's a lot of ways to read that Three of Pentacles. And when I look at this particular figure here, there's something that is connected to this card here, and that there's a strong sense of self. There's a strong sense of the individual. And I'm really grateful for those two pentacles behind me. Maybe one pentacle is education. One pentacle is money or scholarships that help to afford my education, to give me these skills that I have. And I have this new opportunity. I'm holding one pentacle. It's like you're holding the Ace of Pentacles. You have this new opportunity. But let's also be grateful for those two pentacles that are behind me at my low back, right? They're an important part of the physical body. I'm also sitting in a very respectful posture. Listen. Listen to what the card is saying to you. That's what this card is saying to me. And what can happen is that we get lost in this hamster wheel of, well, what is this card supposed to mean? And know that this process of describing the cards and having a really good look will take your readings to another level, will help you to find more vocabulary. And it's just such an important part of the process. And especially in working with a deck like this, right? You need to find a way to tell story. And in order to tell good stories, you need to be able to listen. Okay. All right, shall we go to the draw for today? So what is, where are we at with draws? So today is the third Friday, and I'm going to draw a name from my bowl. And the winner today will have a choice of a deck. And by the way, the last 2 weeks' winners, I have wrapped up your decks and they will go to the mailbox today. You'll get your tracking numbers at some point later today. And the winner today can choose from the Sacred Earth Oracle, Earth Power Oracle, Whispers of the Ocean, Green Witch, or Goddess Love, or a 15-minute session with me. And you just need to contact me through my website, integrativehealingwithsadhana.com, or email me directly, info@integrativehealingwithsadhana.com. Send me your address and your preference for a prize. And then on the 24th, I'm going to do one more draw. And the 24th draw will be a gift basket of oracles, tarots, and other goodies. And that will be shipped to you after Christmas. Yeah. Okay, so the winner for today's prize. Drum roll, please. I mixed these really good up last night when I cut the rest of them. Oh my goodness, I can see the name. It's Christine. Christine, you are a winner. Sacred Sortilege. So the week 3 winner is Sacred Sortilege. Congratulations. That's amazing. She's not here this morning, but congratulations to Christine. Okay. All right. So you remember, if you haven't commented on the previous days, you can go back and leave a comment. You get one little piece of paper for each day that you comment. And so on the 24th, you could have up to 23 little pieces of paper in my bowl. Okay. And so 3 of those pieces of paper have been removed now. All right. So those people also have an opportunity to win the grand prize if they've commented on other days as well. Okay. All right. Have a lovely rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for Advent Calendar Day 21. Namaste.